Going on, it's going to show the wrong things now, and that's the only problem. Yay! Oh, thanks everybody. It's been, man, we were all good to go. It was like 10-2, and then, as you can see, it's a slight change of location, and we had to use a, first of all, the camera we normally use decided it didn't want to work. Yes, Arnie's high-fiving, and then the microphone didn't work, and then, bizarrely, just decided, what's wrong, on? Oh, okay, he's trying to count, and he has to use his fingers for that. He's just, he's just counting the lag here. So, Merry Christmas, ho, 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 ho.
You're only in the middle of the screen, so OBS.
Yes, I know that. I can't get the full screen to work, so I'm happy with half a screen. Half a screen is better than no screen at all. There's Arnie. Hello, everyone. And here we are in lockdown Britain, so I'm sorry about all that. What? Why can't Angie? You can't see? Go on, log back on again, Angie, on YouTube. Play. Press the play button. Press the play. We'll give everyone a couple of minutes. Wow, I had to keep going because we've got such exciting stuff for this week's show. It's taken me ages to get it all together. I was so just looking forward to doing this. So excited. So the first thing, let's have a think. What we got? Loads of stuff. Big news on Gog and Magog. And hang on a second. I'm going to get back to the chat because there's been fair play. I do thank everybody for being so patient. And how many people gave up because we've been about 20 minutes trying to get this to run. Not too many. Good. So I got pages of notes to go through. So I'll just say a few hellos. David Church. Is this better than school? So hello, Jordan Jones. Hello. Hang on. If I could be clever here now, I could move myself a little bit to there. And you can actually watch me doing the messages. It's a bit too cool for school, this is. Chris Wood. Hello, Chris. Yeah, we've got some stuff from you to go through. Arnie, of course, Patricia. Oh, yeah, we're talking a lot of excitement and talk because I don't know what time in the future you're watching this, but it's currently December the 20th, 2020, and the Solstice, the new Age of Aquarius, all that starts tomorrow morning, and I do a little bit of talk about that, not too much, just to give some idea about times and significance. I've covered it before, and I think if you don't know about it now, it's because you're not interested, because it's everywhere, okay? Then, we've got a great thing about Gog and Magog. Everyone has heard of them. We all know about the giants and the old legends. We think we know about them. Until you get someone really clever like Marcel researching and going through it all and finding how it's the Welsh connections or British connections. There's English connections as well. It's not just a Welsh thing. And it's not two people, it's one person, and we think you know who it is. So how exciting is that? What else we're going to have then? We've got, have a think about it. We've got loads of stuff. Let's just push on through, shall we? Because we're starting a bit late. Oh, there we are. Great. We're back up to numbers. Everyone's back on. Couple more hellos. I don't know how long I can wear this hat from. It's really hot. Oh, there's a whole chat been going on with Arnie. Oh, thank you, Arnie. Arnie's kept everyone amused. And thank you, everyone, for being so patient chatting while I was trying to smash this out. Because what's happened, I've had to use the notebook computer. I'm not in front of my regular computer. And everything was all done at 5.2, all super. And then, I don't know. So apologies if the picture's not that great. I'm on the webcam. Because the camera we normally use just doesn't like this notebook computer. I don't know, go figure. Hello, William Juby. Hello. Who else we got? Oh, loads of people. Right, I better not spend too long. Wow, look at all the comments. My goodness. Harry, Di, Craig, Hugh. Hello, Hugh. Hugh's got a book coming out soon, and hopefully I'm going to interview Hugh for next week's show, or maybe the week after. Depends how Christmas works out, because next week's show is the 27th, and that'll be the proper Christmas special, where I might even wear this hat again. Your volume is very low. Thank you. I appreciate that kind of feedback. I will try and fix that. Hang on one second. I can fix that. So thank you for telling me. All right, let's go full volume. This will blow your eardrums out. If it works at all. Is that louder? Just loud for the lag to come through. Arnie, are we nice and loud now? Okay. Santa's delivering something. Yeah, Santa's got something very special in his sack. All right, so I'm just going to... God, it's hot, that hat.
Yeah, that's loud enough.
No, it's loud, is it? Good. 2020, year of drama to be expected. Well, I hope that's... Have a quieter 2021, please. Right. So, without further ado, you're probably going to see me changing things. Oh, well. It's a bit like looking behind the curtain, in The Wizard of Oz. As you see things jumping in and off the screen. Where's my PowerPoint gone? Oh, yeah, we had to reboot the whole computer just to try and make it work, didn't we? So, it's still there. I just cried and gone home, if that hadn't worked. Yep, good. Let's do... I tell you what, we're not going to be too fancy this week. We're going to go pretty much slideshow it all the way. I don't know what that message is. Alright, oh, of course, now I have to change the cameras because you can't see the thing. Ah! Nobody said it'd be easy, eh? So if you're going to watch me changing this... no, that stays there. And, excuse me a second, the magic of TV. Normally I put something else up and you could just watch the caption. But that doesn't seem to be working. All the settings need redoing for this computer, and I thought they were redone. So apologies for that, and thank you for your patience. Right, look at this. Now, I can't see anything now, so Arnie, if you see any comments, let me know. Yeah. Arnie's having to work off a phone instead of a notebook, so he's doing very well there with his thumbs. So well done, Arnie. Right, first things, take a breath, Ross. Slow down a minute. Right, episode 31. Who'd have thought we'd get this far, eh? I certainly didn't. I thought we'd do a few and see how it goes. And maybe run out of stuff or, no interest. But interest grows and grows. There's so much information, I can't actually fix it in every week. And I have to leave some stuff out, which is always a shame. I keep meaning to do 2 shows a week, but that would be a big commitment. We're still working on it and thinking about it. So, just a little teaser here. If you've ever seen this kind of picture on the screen now. This is from the Lord Mayor's show in London. It happens every year, apart from 2020, because of obvious reasons. And one of the parts of the parade, right at the beginning, is these sort of giants. One is supposed to be Gog, and one is said to be Magog. And if you go back to your migration stories and your origins of British people, they are mentioned as the 2 giants. And there's a story there about, what's his name, Coriolanus, I think, who fights them, and all sorts of stuff. We're going to go on to the truth behind that story, or what we found anyway. And that's Marcell's research, which we will be getting back to. And it could be quite a bit different. Well, it's certainly different to what I was thinking. And all that's going to be part of the Migrations book that's coming out. So, hang on a second. We're going to come back to that. So Lee Hill, thank you very much. He's the one who tipped me off on that one. And got the conversation going on Facebook. And as it turned out, by coincidence, of course, this was the same thing that Marcell had been researching as well. Isn't it amazing how that works out? Serendipity, or things happening for a reason. And if you're new to this channel, big warm welcome. I will edit off that 20 minutes delay at the beginning. So as far as you're watching, it's just started, which is great. Just to let you know, this is called Britain's Hidden History, because we look at all those things in history that were generally very well known. A lot of it was even taught in schools up until about the 1920s, when the last of it in Wales started going. It was earlier than that in England and Scotland. Really, since the 1700s, it's been removed. But even before that, some of it was not considered politically acceptable. So what we have is history that's been hidden. Not forgotten, not neglected, hidden. All right? So we'll come on to more of this in a minute. Okay, so the first thing we talked about there was the fact that it's going to be Solstice tomorrow morning. Now, one thing I'm just going to mention, because I know everyone's locked down, especially in parts of England. You have my sympathy for that. Very awkward. What can you say, really? What I'm going to say is, on a notebook, this is a little bit trickier than what I normally do. Because what I do have is all these pages ready to go. Hang on. Everyone's going to watch everything I do now, aren't they? Which is a bit weird. Good grief. There's the link anyway. If I just pick that up. It's just running like clockwork earlier. Here we go. What can you do, eh? What can you do? I've got to put that in there now. All the other... Alright. Now, the reason I want to mention this is when exactly is the solstice? And what time is it? What time is the sunrise, okay? And I hadn't really intended delving into this too much. I'm sure everyone's aware by now. Tomorrow's the start of a new epoch It's the door. Tomorrow is Aquarius, tomorrow morning, okay? Some would argue it's in the evening tomorrow. The rising of the sun is tomorrow morning, shortest day of the year. But what's fascinating, I hadn't realised this until I started delving a bit, and this is from Country File magazine, is you can read this art for yourself. Look for the link. I'll try and put it in the show notes at some point. And it talks about the days getting shorter and all this kind of thing. When is the winter solstice? They say actually it's the sunset tomorrow rather than the sun rise. So depends how early you want to get up tomorrow morning. But it's going to be about 10 to 8 in London. A little bit earlier if you're further east. And by the time it gets to West and to Wales, probably about 10 past 8, something like that. But what's very interesting for me, which so I don't spend very long on this, is I'm scrolling down. How long is a day? You'd think that's an easy question, wouldn't you? You just say 24 hours. But apparently a day's not 24 hours. Well, it kind of is. Depends how you define an hour. Because the length of a day actually changes. And it can be 4 minutes less. If you look there, this gentleman here from the Royal Observatory, Greenwich, Tom Kers, the Earth's rotation, which is very consistent, has been measured with respect to the stars to be 23 hours, 56 minutes, 4.1 seconds. But due to the history of timekeeping, we base our clocks on the length of a solar day. So that's between noon of one day and noon the next day. And we divide that into 24 hours, but it's not consistent every day. And I got the whole philosophy of time, which I would highly recommend if you get a chance. What is time? Sounds easy. If you want to put some in the comments there, it's very interesting because this talks about fluctuations. What is time? We all know what it is, intuitively, instinctively, but how do you actually define time? Have you ever thought about that? What is it? Some people say like time is that thing that happens between two events, or have a try. It's actually surprisingly difficult, all right? I'm going to get rid of this bit here. It doesn't make life easier. Go on, go away, you. Right, there we go. Anyway, so just a quick mention of that tomorrow morning. Where I am is not really locked down as such. It's work, so I'm going to go out and I will be filming somewhere, hopefully. Right, now, a question which I asked in the Facebook group this week was, do people know more about this gentleman? So William Jones, FRS, I think that's Fellow of the Royal Society, FRAS and FRSE, fellow, I imagine, something similar. He's a very fine fellow. Well, the reason I was asking about this chap is because we've got one of the subjects we look at on this channel is the connections between the ancient British languages, which unfortunately Welsh is the only one that's really surviving. You've got some Cornish, and of course in Scotland, as Margaret, I hope you're watching, Margaret, keeps reminding me, I know she's watching, but she can't comment because of an IT problem. And it's been on for a year, that IT problem. Nothing seems to work. So anyway, hello, Margaret. I know you're out there and you'd love to comment. And in Scotland, they push Gaelic. Gaelic. We've got to push our native tongue. They don't actually push the native British tongue, which came before Gaelic. Because as I'm sure you're aware, the Scots actually moved into what is now called Scotland. Before that, it was Alban. And in Welsh, it's still Yr Alban. And they had a language, and you can see it in the place names. So even though Gaelic is being pushed, that's actually a new language as well. I tell you, Scottish and Irish history gets really complicated. And luckily, I do have a couple of experts lined up. And that will be 2 weeks and 3 weeks' time. So Christmas special next week. Hugh Evans, maybe he'll come and do it as part of the Christmas special. We'll see how that goes. Probably the week after. And then the following 2 weeks, the Ireland and Scotland specials. And there's some surprises for you, who the Irish and Scots are. It's not who you think. Are any of these things what you think? What am I looking at? Oh, yes. So he searched this Sir William Jones, all right? And I can't see the comments. How are we doing? Is it coming through okay?
Yeah.
Yep, brilliant. All right. So I'm looking at this Sir William Jones. And one of the reasons is, as those of you on Facebook already know, there's been some interest from a filming company. I can't say what they're going to be using the film for yet. Got to keep that quiet. They want to do a feature on Cymroglyphics, using the Welsh language to read hieroglyphs. And I've looked for volunteers in the Facebook group because I need some Welsh speakers who want to do the thing in Welsh. And people from the group have come forward. It's going to be great, assuming lockdown doesn't screw up everything. Filming dates are going to be arranged. We'll have this film and it's going to go out. It'll be awesome, okay? And one of the things that's just come up as a point of interest is this guy, Sir William Jones. Now, I was vaguely aware of him because he was one of the first people to show the connection between languages like Sanskrit and Welsh, and then try and work out why. After his time, in the 1840s, round about then, you had people like von Bunsen and other language people since. And what their theory is quite similar to his, as you'll see in a second, that there was a very ancient language, some sort of ancient Assyrian language, and then some of that went off towards different directions, and it's all over the place. So India, you've got Sanskrit, then you've got, his theory was all the Indo-European languages all will have an origin from that one language. The problem is, with population movements and invasions and external factors, all this kind of stuff, it becomes a smaller and smaller part. Whereas in Welsh, because Wales is on the edge of Europe, hasn't really been invaded, population stable, language is stable, you can still see it as an original language. And this is very important because that ties in and gives an explanation as to why you can use the Welsh language as a key to reading hieroglyphics. All right? So I was looking into this William Jones, right? And thank you very much again. Facebook group, loads of people supplied links, information. I should have noted the names. Normally I jump around behind the scenes now, but I can't do that because I can't switch the display. You see what I see. So that's kind of how it is, all right? So you can read this yourself. Look him up on Wikipedia and stuff. This is from History Today. This man, absolutely amazing. You'll see how many languages and stuff he knew. Absolutely great. This is quite funny here, trying to get you to pay for the page. I appreciate that. I should subscribe. At least I'm advertising them for free. Yeah, they get to read the first page for free, but if they don't subscribe, the rest appears in Latin. So there we go. Buy this kind of thing. So I couldn't get so much there, but what I could get... Oh, hang on, the page have jumped. Are we all right? Got someone here. Come on, don't go off screen and make me come back on. Right, so here he is on Wikipedia. So there's his dates. He's sort of round about the change from 17th century to 18th. And the weird thing is, the first thing he says, he's a mathematician. And his father's a mathematician, and he introduced a symbol for pi. How weird is that? I mean, this is much more recent than the history we normally look at, but there we go. Some Welsh guy, born in Anglesey, well, the son, William's born in London, but his father's from Anglesey, introduced the sign of pi. And it's weird, you just think that's been there forever, wouldn't you? Like some ancient Greek thing or something. Anyway, this son, William, the one we're talking about, was a linguistic prodigy. And if you read through here, you could do, obviously, Welsh and English, then Greek, Latin, Persian, Arabic, Hebrew. He puts us to shame. According to this, by the end of his life, he knew 8 languages really well, another 8 pretty well, and then like another 12 with fair competence. So 28 languages. Phenomenal. So you can read all about him yourself. And he was a lawyer and part of the Middle Temple. Well, that's interesting. There's his tomb, look. So he looks fairly Masonic, doesn't it? Most Masonic as you could get. I think it's fair to assume he's probably a Mason with the obelisk and everything on the top. But there we are. I don't know so much about that. And so what he did was introduce this idea of languages like Sanskrit being very similar to Welsh, which shows a common ancestry, possibly. So what if we come here? There we are. In his discourse to the Asiatic, here we are, Asiatic Society, I'll read this now. He suggested that Sanskrit, Greek and Latin languages had a common root, and that indeed may all be further related, in turn to Gothic and what he was calling Celtic languages, as well as to Persian. Although his name is closely associated with this observation, he was not the first to make it. In the 16th century, European visitors to India became aware of similarities between Indian and European languages. And as early as 1653, von Boxhorn had published a proposal for a proto-language, which he called Scythian, for Germanic, Romance, Greek, Baltic, Slavic, Celtic, and Iranian. I don't think he used the term Celtic, by the way, but there you go. I'll look into that, because I always say it started in 1700, that word Celtic. So if you're new to the show, I'm sure you know, but the Welsh, Scots, and Irish are not Celtic. The Celts never came to Britain or Ireland. It's a misnomer. It's a wrong, incorrect term. We should get rid of it. But anyway, so apparently they were spotting this right back 1650s and stuff. So if you look at the next bit then, Gaston Leroy Corridor, a French Jesuit who spent all his life in India. He had demonstrated the existing analogy between Sanskrit and European languages. So this goes way back, okay? Sanskrit, Iranian, Greek, Latin. And I think anybody who studied any of these languages will see similarities. And what he says, he talks about Sanskrit being a great old language. So I want to throw that in, and thank you to the people who helped me with it, because it came up, and it's really, wow, I suppose you've got to be into languages. Not everyone's cup of tea, perhaps, but there we go. That was an interesting one. How are we doing in the comments, all right?
Good.
Oh, good, Arnie's chatting away. I can't see anything. This is so weird. I'm just looking at the same, look at my screen here, which means like
talking about Solstice and stuff.
Everyone's still on solstices. Everyone loves solstices. I want to join in. I want to join in the conversation. I wonder if I put that. Hang on. I'm going to try and join in. I'm going to go there. I think I'm missing out. Everyone's having a good time chatting. I'm just rambling on in the background like, what do they call it? Oh, I can't because I want to see the pages. Oh, Campervan K. K's there, yeah, okay. All right, no, I can't redo that, can I? Am I on to Gog and Magog yet? What's next on my list? All right, sorry for confusing everyone. I'm going to have to miss out on the chat. I just have to fill me in. Right, next on the list. Yeah, and do a little short piece here about... oh, my goodness, I've written Morgan. That's Russian, that is. Madoc Morvan, it should be, obviously. Madoc Morvan. And the reason I mention it is because Tim, who you know on the videos, with the white beard, the just dashing gentleman, who I hang out with, become my best mate, really. We are out every week, just about, seeing places. And then he took this amazing photograph, which you see on screen. I think it's only fair to go full screen for that. Bom, 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 slideshow. Come on. Current slide. There we go. Absolutely fantastic. And this was taken, the bird was on the River Taff, just above, it's by Taffswell Weir. But it helps people a bit more, I think, a bit more glamorous to say, just above Llandaff Cathedral, because it's only, a mile maybe. So that's the River Taff. Beautiful picture. And what I've done is make this into a greeting card, which I can't go full screen, but there we are. You get the idea, because you can see it on screen anyway. So what we got is this greeting card. Can you see it on the camera? Oh, he's laughing at me now. He's just on his chat. There we are. Don't mind me. Everyone carry on the chat.
You can see it on the camera.
You can see it. Thank you, Arnie. Yes. And then what I've done then is on the back, I put a little historical bit on each one. So in this one, for instance, if you're not aware of the story of Madoc, let's see if this helps explain it for you. So Madoc, not Morgan. What was I thinking of? Madoc Morvan, the cormorant, which is the bird you see there, right? There are several detailed descriptions of Prince Madoc's voyages in 6th century in the Cymric poetry. The voyage of Brendan, I'm sure you've probably heard of the Irish one, yeah? So the voyage of Brendan was said to be made after he heard of the voyage of the Tern, with Tern meaning the monarch. And a monarch at Brendan's time was King Arthur II, son of Miegle. The Prince Madoc, who sailed the oceans and reached the American continent, was Madoc Morvan, also a son of King Mierig Uther Pendragon, and he was a brother of King Arthur II. Information I've lifted here from Wilson and Blackett's work. The curious thing is there, it's going to annoy me intensely, that is that, back one. Anyways, it's Madoc, not Morgan Morvan, okay? Now, the interesting thing here as well is Madoc means a good man who went aside. And Morvan, which is a cormorant, Mor means sea, and Vran, as you might have worked out, is a mutation of Bran. So the famous Bran, which means crow. So another name for a cormorant in Welsh is the sea crow. And suddenly that nickname really to me has a lot more sort of resonance. You know, he's off exploring, he's discovered America, he is the sea crow, okay? So these cards will be available from the website, well, more or less now really. I'm just putting some more up. Just missed the Christmas market, of course, perfect timing. These would have been great. And then there's going to be a whole set for Architecture of Power. This is just one on paper, it's not on card yet. So there's one for the cover of the book. And then this gives you a bit of spiel about it. And what I'll be doing then is taking, if you haven't bought the book yet, buy one. They're going fast, these first editions. Going very well, excellent feedback. Which is this book here, Architecture of Power, which takes us all the way. It starts with the Great Fire and all that kind of terrible things went on. And then we go all the way back to ancient Egypt. And from there we discover the roots of charging interest and banking. Follow it all through the centuries. Through Venice and all sorts of things. Their philosophy, the crazy, nutty way these people think. And then how they will use it to try and control the population. And rather tragically, we are going through something like that now, obviously. So in this book, there's loads of illustrations, just randomly. There's a picture I've done of a church. Some nice paintings of churches. And then there's funny cartoons. Come on, funny cartoons. Funny cartoons, there's loads of them. See, there's like so many, I can't even find one. You know, it has drawings of what London Monument looked like when it was first built. So I'm plugging my own work here. What do they call it? Self-recommendation is... Self-praise is no recommendation, is it? So here's a good one. Hang on. Is this going to be vulgar? Is this going to get me thrown off? I just saw him. Where's Sedley? Good old Sedley. All right, well, here's... I don't know if you can see that. I can't see a thing. So there we go. There's, for example, Charles II. And there he is, Sneak. And then you'll see other things like that. They'll make nice cards anyway. Buy the book. It's available on the website. And one thing...
We could barely see the picture.
Yeah, I didn't think you... All right, okay, I know you're only in the corner screen. I think you can see them very well. But anyway, get the idea. They're going to make nice cards. And Tim's excellent photographer. So yeah, you've got... This will be another card, which is the... if you don't know, the stained glass windows in Llandaff, King Arthur. So we'll have this on the front and on the back, a little bit of the history then. So you can spread the word about Britain's hidden history and all the things that we're doing here. Inform your friends, start conversation. I think they're doing some mugs as well. And someone's coming? No, we're all right. And what we're asking as well is we're going to start taking things off Amazon. We hadn't realised, but they take over £5 a book in commission when we worked it out. So if you are looking to buy on Amazon, you will see the prices have been bumped up slightly because it is ridiculous. And if you want to come straight to the website, it's better for us and better for you as well. All right, there's the lion stone. So if you're new to this, these are quite interesting. See, that's a stone of a lion, represent the stone of Judea. So again, you have the card, a little bit spiel. Yes.
Hugh Evans was saying, what was the top stained glass window?
Oh, yeah, looks like a grail at the top. Is that what you're pointing to, Hugh?
On the last picture.
Yeah, I've gone back to it now, yeah. There's the... yeah, very good. Yeah, I haven't really looked at those. I assume that's what Hugh's referring to. Good spot, Hugh. I got my arrow up. You can see that right at the top there. It does look like some sort of grail, doesn't it? I mean, if you go through Wilson and Blackett's writings, of course, the Sar Graal, the Holy Grail, is the message. It's the the Ark of the Covenant is. Ark means a vessel, all right? And then within the vessel, like a box, a container, you've got the covenant with God. This is what the British people are supposed to be all about, the Covenanters. This is the old name for Britain. It's the place, the country of the covenant. The covenant being presumably the 10 Commandments, and it was kept in a box and wheeled around. And this is where the Hebrews... Oh, you put some hot water in here. Oh, you can see Angie's lovely big smile then. So glad you walked past just at the right moment. So, no, there's any more suggestions? Has Hugh written anything there, Arnie? To see what you think it might be?
Yes, you're saying there's 3 stained glass windows, then 2, then 1. Great importance. I don't know.
Yes, you got the big 3 at the bottom. Where's my mouse disappeared? And then we got 2, and there's a cross swords there and stuff. And it looks like a bishop's mitre, and there's a castle. And there's a lion rampant there, is it? Cross swords, 3 books. Man, there is so much symbology on this. And one thing I'm definitely going to do in the next week is put up the long video about Llandaff Cathedral, where I went round there with Steve Pigeon, who's Dr. Steve Pigeon, who just was brilliant at the symbology and what's going on. And then Tim Lewis, who actually went to school there. He went to school at Llandaff Cathedral School, so he's got inside track. And we got to talk to the people, and the symbology and imagery. Forget your Dan Browns and that place up in Scotland. This is just rammed from the front door, round the door frame, right up to the tips of the tops of the windows. And I think another one coming up in a second. Anyway, this anyway, this is the sort of thing. So I think we'll have the contrast on this one. This gives you an idea. St. Peter's Church with a River Severn in the distance. So the Lion's Stone is near the Ark of the Covenant. So all this sort of ties together, that kind of religious theme. And it points directly, gun barrel straight, towards Miegle, where the Ark is. So put a bit of spiel on the back of that one. Here's St. Peter's Church. I think everyone knows about St. Peter's Church by now. This is a church that Wilson and Blackett bought. And if you go through all the layers, you go all the way back to 1st century, where Christianity would seem to have begun in South Wales. Well, Western Christianity, it would seem. There's also a claim that Christianity started Armenia in 40 AD. The difference between the two possibly being that in Wales it's claimed that Jesus came to Wales. Yeah, how about them onions? If that's new to you, there's a whole big subject there, okay? So that's a nice shot of St. Peter's. And again, it's a chance to send something to your friends. And I love writing letters. If you bought books or anything, you have a little note or something. I send letters to people. Almost every day I try and write a letter by hand. It's really important for your mind, for your writing. And it's just, isn't it lovely to receive a handwritten letter? I love them. I know Wilson and Blackett love them. So please keep sending them. Send to me. And I write every day, all right? And it's good. And these things, so you've got a card like this. The inside will be blank. And then what better way? Write a letter or put a letter in it, and then the other person could even frame this and stick it on the wall and use it as a picture, and they learn a lesson on the back about history, okay? So there's the Miskin one. And right, I'm now going to jump in slightly because... Oh, what's wrong? Oh, I'm too hot with the hat on. Angie wants to put the Christmas hat on. It was on earlier, Angie. It's okay, yeah. Right, sorry. So what I'm going to do now... Actually, I'll come back to that next week because I think we've... what I was going to do... I'll just briefly mention it. I was going to read a bit more about the story. Yeah, come on, we'll do it quickly. The story, we touched on this before. I want some help. Let's rewind. Right, this is my skin. I have a lot of people contact me about going there. It's very easy. It's just off the M4. Everyone's trying to put me off now. Just off the little link road, like it's A4119. By Clantrison, just look it up, you'll find it. Miskin Manor, there's a hotel right next to it, okay? And we look at the story. One of the ancient stories is that Arthur, probably his second wife, Guinevere, was sort of basically much parked there, out the way, as it were. And she started a relationship with a Mudrad. Not the Mordred who we fought the big battle with at Camlan. Some other local scoundrel. And the two of them decided to elope. And then Arthur pursued them all the way to Scotland, which is a bit I want to come on to in a second, okay? So what we're looking at, the bit of help I want is, there's supposed to be a field nearby, still named for this tryst, if you like, this relationship, this meeting point. And I did need to have, I've got it in front of me now, Arthurian Rex. If you go to Arthurian Rex book, Wilson and Blackett, it's in there. And you'll find that, so this is tricky now, I'm going to do this. Okay, here we go, Miegle. I have to say Miegle, not Miegle, by the way. So, thank you, Angie. Angie's got the book there. No, they're not going to see it anyway, it's too small. But there you go. It looks a bit like that. Arthurius Rex, available from the website. A week doesn't go by without me looking in this, alright? I'm not going to read the whole story now, but the story was then, he pursued them all the way to Scotland, and finally ran them down, and Arthur, being the decent bloke he was, set his hunting dogs on them, and killed him. Not a very forgiving man. They didn't go to marriage and counselling in them days, or talk about it, okay? That's how Welsh people deal with their wives and their naughty Ange. Sorry, just mentioning it.
You sound like a North Korean.
A North Korean.
Yeah,
Well, we live...
the same thing to his uncle.
Oh, there we are. The North Korean Angie's filled me in. He did the same thing to his uncle. He fed him to the dogs, didn't he?
Yes.
But that was about 5 years ago, I think, wasn't it? not 1,500 years ago. But anyway, wanted to bring people's attention to, hope you can see this. This is from Historic Environment Scotland. And there's Gaelic on there. No ancient British, or as it were, or Cymraeg. So then we've got the Miegle Sculpted Stone Museum. And I've been told by Marshall, who's from Scotland, and knows, and I got to look at Padanaram, which is a village nearby, which is another biblical name. And I think I'm going to do it next week in the Christmas special, is the stunning number of biblical names are in Britain. I want to... There's a huge story here. And we're going to have to do it in steps. Because if you get all in one go, people are just going to go, this is lunatic. All right? So we'll talk you through that. And next week, being Christmas as well, we're going to look at some of the places. All right? So anyway, so this is the version they've got here. Well, that's not much help on there. But you've got these sculpted stones. Now, some of the stones, one of the stones is meant to represent this pursuit with Arthur. And this causes some, if you're not, I wouldn't call it confusion, because Arthur is connected just as much with Scotland. If you look, here's where it is. Ooh, close, everything's blasted close, isn't it, at the moment? So I'm trying to show on a map where that is. So you've got the Miegle Museum, you can go and visit it. So here you go, there's Dundee, so we're up in the sort of top right of Scotland. Oh no, we're not, there's Perth. It's almost in the middle, isn't it, really? I'm going to go back further out. My Scottish geography is not great. Yeah, that's right, yeah, sorry, Perth is there, yeah, I'm thinking Australia is way out west. Yeah, there it is, of course it is. I think, what's Perth doing there? So there you go, this is the kind of area. Carnoustie, the same famous site of the Gulf. And there's Dundee. Alright. So, if anyone's up there, please go and have a look. Up. Oh, hang on. Right. Okay, so what I'm going to do... Hang on, where's the best picture of the stone? Can't see the stones too well. Anyway, I want people to have a look at the stones and see, can they make the comparison and find out where that fits in with the Arthur story and the South Wales connections. You on the chat there, on? Yeah. Okay, so... right, let's go on to the main event. So what we've got here is Gog and Magog, which is a very famous part. Oh yeah, so the greeting cards, going to be making those and printing those. And there's going to be random sets of history, and then sets of to go with architecture, power, and the funny jokes in there and all that kind of stuff. And then a set of Tim's photography, and you just pick a random set. Or if it's a particular subject, just have 10 all the same. What's the matter? So people like that idea, and I'm going to put them on mugs as well, I think. We've got to get the word out there and let people know, and I think that might be a gentle way in for people if they just see just one message. Think, oh, I didn't know that about Madoc in the 6th century. Just think something like that. Okay, Madoc. Right, I'm going to go back to full screen. There we go. Yes, this curious thing, right? On this wild... there's a lot of strange things about the City of London. Talked about some a couple of weeks ago. The Lord's Mayor's show. I will pay more attention in future. This is one of those things I've kind of sat through as a child. I'm sure we all have. And not really thought much about it. And then there is so much symbolism in it. I had no idea. You just see all these smiley faces and people waving. And it's just a laugh. There's a lot going on, right? And one of the things which I hadn't realised before is this big thing about Gog and Magog, all right? Now, if you go back, the stories of Gog and Magog are very much entwined with the foundation of Britain and the migrations, okay? Excuse me. So what you have there, and this actually goes back to, there's actually biblical references for this. And if we go back, I'll show you the whole chapter in a minute, but not read it all. It's a Sunday, so a little bit of Bible won't do any harm, will it? So this is Ezekiel, I think I spelled that right. Ezekiel 38, this is King James Version. It's not particular preference, although I do like it, actually. I like the Old English and everything. But what you find, the King James is public domain, and anyone can use it and quote from it and display it. Whereas most other Bibles are copyrighted. So spread the word of God and then send me a commission check, And if you do put the Bible up on your page without permissions, I'll sue you. So that's a bit weird. So we're going to use, you'll see the King James Version a lot in books and in the books that we edit because it is copyright free. There we are. So Ezekiel 38, turn to your Bibles, please. And the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Gog, the land of Magog, the chief prince of Meshech and Tubal, and prophesy against him, and say, Thus saith the Lord God, Behold, I am against thee, O Gog, the chief prince of Meshech and Tubal. As we look at that a second, because I read it in the past, and we all know the story of Gog and Magog and the two giants and blah, blah, blah. Read it again. Because Marcel has done, her translation's actually a little bit neater than this one. But even on his old King James Version, is there really a Gog and a Magog? Is there really? Well, it does seem, it's a bit twisted and a bit mixed up. But what Marcel's managed to work out with her research is what you really have. It's so clumsy doing this without, sorry to do this to you every time. There's the Lord Mayor's show, Gog and Magog. Do we have a Gog and a Magog? All right, we'll come back to that in a second. I've jumped the gun slightly. So what have they got to do with London, all right? I just planted a seed there. Stories always happy people. Probably some big bank earning fortunes. Anyway, so what are Gog and Magog? Good question. Their names first appear in the Old Testament book of Ezekiel, as we just saw, when I put an H in it. In which Gog is a landowner and Magog is the name of the land. So they're not saying there's two at all, there's one, right? It would seem they got the names the wrong way around. So later on in Revelation, they become one entity. See, one entity. And then they come up with this stuff about the hostile nations of the world and Gog, maybe Russia, all this kind of thing, right? And it's got a really bad rap, the name Gog. So from here in, things get chaotic, bewildering even, as Brewer's Dictionary of London Phrase and Fable puts it. Gog and Magog grow up in all manner of folklore, from all number of countries, religions, eras, as people, giants, countries, armies, and various other entities. At one time or another, everyone wanted a piece of, or at least was scared witless, by Gog and Magog. Hang on, I'm getting a bad back leaning here. Let's put this a bit higher. One of the legends explicitly concerns London. As with most legends, there are variations on the theme. I'm just letting you know where I am, if you want to read along. But a popular one goes that Gog and Magog, or confusingly, Magog and Cornelius, were two monstrous giants, the product of the 33. See this number, 33, again? For those who've been following, or have read know something about Britain's past, we've got the Albine migrations, where Albine is said to have had 33 daughters. And here we got 33 wicked daughters being moved to Diocletian. And certain demons they've been canoodling with, whatever, right? But the point is, Diocletian is much, much later, because Diocletian is the one who persecuted Christians, and is one of the Diocletian persecution is one of the pieces of evidence to show that Britain was not part of the Roman Empire, not at that stage. Because while they were slaughtering hundreds or thousands of Christians for being heretics back in Rome, in Britain, there only seems to be one or two executions before the British rulers stepped in and said, no, we're a Christian country, we're not having this here. So what seems to be happening in this story is a great example where lots of stories are all jumbled up together. You've got the 33 from the Albine migration, and obviously the 33 number, it's the Masonic number again. But they're daughters here, so they've got 33 daughters. But the Roman Emperor Diocletian has been substituted instead of, Dungi. Dungi was the original one, sorry. Albine's the daughter. Apologies there. The reason I'm a little bit confused is I'm not confused. What I'm trying to say is confusing. I know the next stage that Marchel's taken all this to, which will be coming out in the new year, and there's a lot more to it. There's only so much in stages, all right? So suddenly now we're going from Diocletian, who's much later. He's persecuting Christians, so he must be after 0, as it were. Now we're back to New Troy, okay? The founding of New Troy, which would become London. So this story of... See, we're back to Brutus now, although it's Magog here. And we'll explain why in a minute, right? We are now back to Brutus. Heroic Brutus. And he tames the 2 giants. And that's why we're talking about the 2 giants who are Gog and Magog, or what else we say was Cornelius and Magog, all these different things. It's all jumbled up and mixed up. And what we've been trying to do for quite a long time now is untangle all that and show exactly what migrations happened and why they happened. Comments. So that's what we're looking at, okay? So we've got the finding of New Troy and a few other things, all right? Now, Brutus claimed the 2 colossi, so giants, and would serve as guardians of the city by chaining them outside the palace, the site of which is now the Guild Hall. So there's another tradition. The British kings always had 2 giants, 2 huge men. And whether or not you believe in giants or not, I am top of the skepticals scale about giants and think it's a lot of nonsense. There's more and more evidence, and it's sort of, I don't know what to think anymore. You can make your own minds up. I really don't know anymore. But I've definitely got a far more open mind about giants than I used to have. And there's so many accounts and bones found and all sorts of things. It sort of gets hard to deny it after a while. So yes, of course, the tale is nonsense. It's nonsense. But somehow the legend lived on. Yes. And they were associated with the city's guardians. It's all nonsense. In fact, all the kings believed it, and they had the 2 guardians outside, and it's in the stories, and it's all over the place. And as we'll prove and show in the new book, there are place names named all over. I'll give you one example in a minute. All over the place to support it. It's just a load of nonsense. So every year we get these 2 out because we love a bit of nonsense in the city. We're not at all into esoteric things and hidden stuff, and I say occult. People always think occult means stabbing people with knives and dark magic. Occult just means hidden, all right? Stuff that you don't normally see. It's a bit like pagan is just someone who's not a Christian, okay? So don't weaponize these words, all right? Anyway, so the effigies of... Here we go. This is what I was looking for. So now we've changed them again. The names have become Gog Magog, the Albion. Sorry, there's one name. It's Gog Magog now, okay? So try and follow this. And they're recorded, listen to this, as appearing, look at this, at the coronation of Elizabeth I. Where exactly isn't it clear, and it's just all nonsense. But the giants are already making appearances at the Lord Mayor's show. Now, the confusing thing here, and this is impossible to know, is were they living, working, breathing giants? And people are going to think I'm bonkers, but there's a lot of evidence, so please don't or it is just effigies, which is most likely in this situation, okay? They probably were effigies, just to clarify that. But there is a definite real history involved in this.
What's an effigy?
Oh, sorry, an effigy. Yeah, it's a like a stuffed or non-living representation of someone that quite often you would, like, say, on a bonfire. You will have Guy Fawkes. You make an effigy so you can stab it or burn it, usually.
Oh, well, statue type thing.
Yeah, usually some sort of material stuffed, like those things there, rather than a stone statue. It's not meant to be in reverence. It's more of a like a model in a way, isn't it? Only big usually, and usually I don't have. They're not done out of love usually. Normally they're done when you have an unpopular leader and people want to chuck it on a bonfire or burn it or something like that. Okay, so it says here the originals paper mache. I made stuff from papier mache. That doesn't last very long, so I don't know what it means here. The original went up, I don't know how long they'd had them there, in the Great Fire. Everything's come into Great Fire, there's lots of weird stuff, right? So, sorry to go too much into this. But anyway, now we're back to there being a Gog and a Magog figure. We're back to the 2 of them. This is where it gets confusing, yeah? If they've now stopped being a country and a person, they're back to being 2 giants. And if you go to the Guild Hall, Sorry, it's jumping ahead again. If you go to Guildhall, Great Hall, there have been statues of Gog and Magog here since the 15th century. And this all ties in with the British history and original settling. And wait till you see all of it in the book. It's brilliant, okay? And there's all sorts of stuff that are gnawed away by mice and all kinds of things and destroyed in the Blitz. It's not just models. There's a lot more you can do, all right? And this is weird. These two mighty symbols of London have earned their status, if through sheer tenacity. They just keep turning up, therefore deserve something. All right, so quick jump to Wiki. Okay, this I want to show you. If you're from this area, you probably know about it. But over in Cambridgeshire, I think there's a map I'm going to link to. Have I got the link? No, I haven't got the map there. Over in Cambridgeshire, you have the Gog Magog Hills. As it says here, extending for several miles to the southeast of Cambridge in England. Again, thank you to Marshall, putting all this together. The highest points, I love when they say high points in Cambridgeshire. My garden's got a bigger hill than Cambridgeshire. Anyway, it's all pretty flat. So 74 metres, 243 feet, no, not to be sneezed at. They do have some hills there. And I would like to, this definitely is more archaeology and excavation. Because it's so flat, I wonder if the hills are even natural. But anyway, I'm jumping away. What I want to show you if you look at the history, and we love it when he says folklore, because yes, Gog Magog was a giant. According to Geoffrey of Monmouth, here we go again, History of Britain, one of the inhabitants of Albion, discovered by Brutus of Troy. We're back to migrations again. He was the last, it says here, he was the last of the giants they killed, and was thrown off from a cliff by Corineus, which is a story version I knew. Now, what gets starts more interesting is this book. Does anyone know this book in our group? Where Troy Stood. Oh, where's the author gone? Oh, I've forgotten the author's name. Blast. Sorry about that. You can find it anyway. Where Troy Once Stood. Hang on, if I pop on this, it should tell me, shouldn't it? 1990 book by Eamon Jacob Wilkins. So he argues the city of Troy was located in England, and the Trojan Wars fought between groups of Celts. We'll let him off that, British and whatever. The standard view is that Troy is located in the Dardanelles in Turkey. This suddenly gets very interesting, all right? I love it when it says this. However, this is not taken seriously by scholars. No, of course not, because they haven't read it in a book written by their own master. Anyway, so what we have here is the name. We're going to go more into that in future broadcasts, all right, and the books. So what we have is Gog Magog. But what I really want to show here is, slight delay, we go back to the Bible, and as you can read about, it's quite a good story actually. You got horsemen and armies and all sorts of stuff and fighting a battle, and the swords are going in. But where I want to get to is Son of Man prophecy, and say to Gog, thus saith the Lord God, in that day when my people of Israel dwell safely shalt thou know it. I'm not going to go into all prophecies and all that kind of stuff. That's not my style. But what we have here is the fishes of the sea and the fowls of the heaven, the beasts of the earth, and blah, blah, blah. Okay, and I mentioned that because So the Fishes is a book by Marshall that's coming up. Now the point I want to make, and I wish I could go back to full screen now. I really want to talk to everyone. I can't see you. Hang on. Let's see if I can just change this quickly. Let's see each other properly. Whoa, I'm jumping around. Whoa, I feel a bit sick after that. Hang on. That's better. There you are. Just for a little chat so I can see you properly. You can see this wonderful backdrop I got behind me. Is that, and I am allowed to say this because Marshall told me about it. Let's make sure I get everything's right. Right. Whoever wrote that part of the Bible or translated it, Ezekiel, has made a mistake. They've got the names the wrong way round. This is the exciting thing about it. The land is called Gog, and the king is Magog. Magog. They've got mixed up, this Gog Magog and Gog Magog and all that kind of stuff. And Magog does appear on the old king lists. And he also appears as the grandson of Noah. So you can track him down and find him, okay? Now, where it gets really interesting is Marshall's is an an expert at etymology, which is the roots of words, where words come from, how they're derived, and how words are developed over time, and you can see which words are related to each other. Okay? And what's amazing, getting back to the beginning, they're not thrown together, these shows. When we get back to Mr. Jones, William Jones, or was that his dad? I get the names mixed up. He was looking at the similarities between all these languages, and what we found through doing Cymroglyphics and looking at it is that Welsh is the least changed language of all of them, and that often gives you the most clues when you're looking at the roots of what a lot of these old names are, particularly biblical names. Okay, so what we have there is that the roots, I know it sounds strange at first, you have to get used to the idea, is in Welsh an M mutates to an F in certain situations. So example would be a girl is merched. Okay, merched is girl. But if you go to the girl, a ferched, it mutates to an F, which is a V sound. Okay, so merched becomes ferched. And what's interesting here is the name Mago mutates to fago, and that's where we get the word faggot, which is supposed to be an old English word. I know it's rude in America, it's not rude in Britain, okay? If you look at the old words for faggot, it's those rolls of wood or even paper you can make to get a fire burning. And this is the whole point of this. It's all to do with the blaze and the burning. So as you get the word mago and faggot, they all come from that, okay? It's a bundle of sticks for starting a fire, okay? So this is the important thing about his name. And the other one, if I hope Richard Evans is there, because he's the one I need to thank for getting the filming organised. It was his initiative. People out there, do things, all right? Get going. Don't just wait for it to happen. Richard did that. He contacted a film company and sent them details, said they were interested, got them interested. I then sent them a copy of Cymroglyphics. They bought into the idea, they want to film it, and boom, 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 who knows, all right? And the Britain's Hidden History Group carries on growing. So please, 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 it's great. We got more and more people getting active, getting involved. Just do it. You don't need anyone's permission. Just do it. I'm that Phil Waterboy. Just do it, Waterboy. So hang on, I put myself over to this side. Just do it. Do it. Oh yes, Arnie likes the evil emperor from Star Wars. Do it. Isn't it? How do you say it? Just do it. I don't know. Anyway, getting sidetracked as always. So what you have is the Welsh word for blaze. A blaze is fagl. F-F-A-G-L. So I typed that on the screen just to help people a bit here. Hang on, let's start a new... Alright, I messed things up. Where can I type something? Alright, hang on. Insert. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Come on. New slide. Come on. Alright. Just to help people, because people say, I can't understand what you're saying and all that kind of stuff, which I totally understand. And I'd rather people say than just wonder. Right, so what we have here, so we got the name Mago, which is interesting. It's close to Magi, isn't it? In the three Magi and Christmas and all that kind of thing. For Mago, and from that we also get faggot, which is not what the Americans call it. It means a bundle bundle of sticks used for, kindling, starting fires. And interestingly then, you got the old Welsh word, which is, I hope I spell all these right, fagl, which is a blaze. So it's all to do, and this is where it ties back now, is that it all ties back to the biblical, like tower or column, sorry about the sound effects, of fire. Because all the way back to that, to Moses and all that kind of thing, way back in the Bible. And it all comes back to Britain. And then you have to start looking at how these connections between the Bible and Britain work, and what, how do things move around. So the other thing, which I'm going to mention, my mate Richard, he's become a really good friend. He's the one who gave me those lovely Christmas gifts. And it goes back and forth from North Wales, organised the filming, sends gifts to me and Wilson and Blackett, all round top bloke. And I'm wondering if he's already clocked yet how this is going to trace back to you, Richard. Or indeed, a big clue now, anyone living in North Wales. Or if anyone knows the nicknames. Who knows nicknames for North Walians? Anyone suggesting on there?
Not yet, no.
No, hang on.
Wait.
How's he going to fit in with that?
I think I do know what it. I know what it is.
Go on, Arnie.
Gogs.
Gogs. And what's this bloke called? Magog. The land is called. What's the land called? Gog. And if you go.
Gogliv. Or
Yes,
Goglev.
Goglev.
North.
Goglev. Well, it's more than that. We've got Goglev. Thank you, Arnie.
I thought it meant north.
Yeah, well, Gog is north, I believe. And Goglev, in the Bible, people of the north.
Northerns.
So, it all comes back to Gogs. So, we got and then you got Gog Magog. The reason it gets mixed up, again, you got the North Kingdom and the people of the North, all right, which all ties in with what's going in that biblical story. And you can see the Welsh language riding all through this. And like I say Welsh, it's actually the old Britain language, or Cymraeg. And something similar to this would have been spoken in England. And you see, way before the Saxons arrived, and all those changes were made to the language. And that's when you get back to this finding that Marshall's tracked down to Cambridge. We've got there the Gog and Magog, the hills, all these kind of things. Possible Trojan links, biblical links. This is getting huge, all right? It's so exciting. There is so much. I could have 10 hours of me and Marshall talking about this, and we still wouldn't even get through it. The book is growing by the day. Well, both of us were discussing earlier today on the phone how it's just an honour just to be. It's a bizarre situation where you've got this. Sorry, could you see me screen share then? I just realised I've done all that on the screen. You can't bloody see it. Excuse my language on a Sunday. I just typed all that out. What's happened? It's all gone wrong. I don't know what's happened. You can only see me now. It's gone from a stage where I couldn't show you anything else to you can only see me. I don't know what's going on today. I've written all these names down so people can see you. Now you can't see that. You can't do this on a notebook computer. This is a problem. I think you need your proper computer. So hang on a second. I will display capture. Come on. Hey? Display capture. Yes, okay. Oh, babe, you can see it. Sorry, I know. You can see it now, but you can't see it when I'm there. Okay, all right. So hopefully you can see what I've written. If you can't see... all right, so if you can see that on the screen. Arnie, can you see letters, words? You got Mago at the top. Mago mutates to Fago or Fago. Mago becomes Fago, Fagot. Bundle of sticks used for kindling, starting fires.
You're kind of blocking.
Make me a bit smaller, yeah? Make me smaller, yeah, I know the thing. Like, you don't need me anyway.
You don't need to see you.
Don't need to see me. Definitely don't need to see me big. I know. It's okay. Alright, let's try again. Mago gives Fago, bundle of sticks used for kindling, starting fires. The Welsh word faggle for a blaze, which all ties back then to the biblical, the tower of fire or the column of fire. And then we got, Angie's got a mischievous look on her face. Uh-oh. Goglev. Oh yeah, we're up very early tomorrow morning for dawn. People got their jar jars on. Goglev, the people of the north. Gog Magog, all ties in with north and the Welsh language. So how cool is that? And it even goes into the Quran as well. So yeah. God, there's so much on this one we could talk about. Oh yeah, I've got to. Yeah. Anyway, we shall come back to that. Oh, I forgot to say my little Scottish tongue twister as well. I've been practicing. Many a mickle makes a muckle. And Miegle is related to that expression. Many a mickle makes a muggle. Anyway, it's not crucially important, all right. Oh, I got a question from Angie. Yes, Angie.
Excuse me. Can we let the Scottish expert to demonstrate?
Oh, because of Arnie's Scottish accent. Yeah, Arnie is an expert at doing Scottish. You got to say, I've written down here, look. Many a mickle makes a muckle, all right? Hang on a second, let's get the microphone there. Go on in.
Aye, many a mickle makes a muckle.
Very good. Spoken like a true Scotsman. I think it's because he's such a Ewan McGregor fan in Star Wars. So he's got that nice Ewan McGregor type Scottish accent here. Right, anyway, so I'm not taking the mickey because if you want to say things properly, you have to do the accent. I remember when I tried to learn German, or French and German, but with German, everyone, well, French, with German. German's a funny one. That's just a quick, slight detour. Can I make me bigger again? No, I'll leave it. I'm just in the corner. I can't change it again. Yes, I can. Come on. It's so difficult doing all this on a notebook computer. I know you're used to high quality production values. But anyway, if ever you try and speak a foreign language, all right, like I don't claim to be an expert or anything. If I speak French, and if you say, je m'appelle Ross, that sounds nice and easy in English, and it's easier for our ear to hear it, and you think it's great. A Frenchman will have no clue. You have to, trust me, you have to go like the old TV series, Allo, Allo, and you put the accent on, you might feel really stupid, and you might feel like you're taking the mick, but people can understand you. Say, bonjour, je m'appelle Ross. I feel silly, like I'm taking the mick saying that, right? But if I can't, and everyone here's laughing at me. Yeah, mais oui, huh? You sound more French and it works, all right? It's like when a French person with a very strong French accent tries to speak English. Hello, it's like hello, the program. And the funny example I want to give is when I used to work for a German company, and every morning I'd ring up the head office, or not every day, but once a week, twice a week, different things we had to discuss. And I spoke pretty good German in those days. I've lost quite a lot now, but so I used to ring up, say, ja, guten Tag, wie geht's? And nice, correct German, nice Hochdeutsch accent that I was taught in school. And immediately, within seconds, it's you, Ross, it's you, okay? No, I got nowhere, right? And then one day, for a laugh, I hope people have seen Allo, Allo, it's the old TV series, where they all speak English, but with different accents, so you can tell which country they're from and everything. And it's just a joke, right? And they got this very camp, for Americans, sort of gay-sounding, effeminate German officer. It's hair flick as in hair flick, right? And he's got this real mincy kind of voice, okay? And one morning I rang up and the head office was in Hamburg. So I rang up and I put my hair flick impression, okay? So ja, guten Morgen, wie geht's? And I felt a right idiot, right? So I'm going to laugh. And that was the moment it clicked. Suddenly they didn't know who I was. They spoke to me in German, and I kind of broke the ice. So don't ever be worried about putting on the accents, otherwise things do not make sense unless you use accents as well. All right, it's not taking the mickey. So if I say
joke about
the chairman, my joke. Oh, well, I got to my German joke. I see this Christmas. It is there. I went my friend Gary Barber. He watches this one day. He's a South African, and his joke originally. And we were down in southern Germany, different kind of accent, and we were walking around with that, and he said, what happens now? He says, I said, last time I came here, he said, I was on a sales call, and I went to the main office, I went to reception, I said, excuse me, please could you introduce me to your chairman? I said, what do you mean? We're all chairmans here. There we are. It's just some Christmas silly. I need a drink. I should not be doing this sober. I really shouldn't. So when you say, if I say, many a mickle makes a muckle, that's nonsense. But if you try and say, many a mickle makes a muckle, you got a chance of being understood. All right, I'm getting myself into deep water here. I can see now. There's subscribes are going down. People unsubscribing. Thumbs down. No, it's a bit of fun, isn't it? Everyone takes Mickey out to Welsh as well. I was going to say, yeah. Just a quick one. That was it, really. I probably had loads more to say. I completely lost the plot. What I was going to show quickly was someone just showed something on the Britain's Hidden History group, which I never knew we had, right? That's supposed to be running the thing. As you can see, I am happy, very happy to let people do things, right? It's, come on, computer, what's going on? Why is it so slow? Let's try this one. No. Come on, I all signed up in Britain's in history. Wait. Great, it's gone dead. What's happened there?
Hey, how about the reversed card Carson scenario joke.
Oh, that's Arnie's. Well, you kind of given that one, haven't you? That's Arnie's German joke. Can I tell your joke, Dale, or do you want to tell it?
Yeah, it's not my joke.
Oh, no, is it? Oh, that's right. No, it's the one you liked, wasn't it? And it's there's a shop, right? I told Davy this one. You go to a shop, and can you see what's on screen? Yeah. It's a German shop, and all they've got in this shop is, oh no, you're going to watch me in a right mess of this now. I can't get the other one. Ah, here we go. All they've got in this shop is loads of sausage and cheese. And the guy says, why, what's all that about? Why have you got all this sausages and cheese in stock? I said, they're just here for a worst Casa scenario. First Casa scenario. Never mind.
Worse than Carson means...
You can see where my stand-up comedy career didn't last very long, can't you? Yeah.
It's kind of disaster.
It was a disaster. All right, it was a tough crowd, okay? It was a tough crowd. It was a tough crowd.
People got different talents.
Different talents. Thanks, Ange. That's,
God is fair.
thank God it's fair. Thank you. So I could do history, so I have to be rubbish at comedy. Thanks a lot. That's okay. When I used to have more hair, and I used to have my hair cut longer, I was like the poor man's Michael McIntyre. I was good looking, he was funny. That was the way I built it. Anyway, if you're on a Facebook group, all right, if you join, please, Britain's Hidden History, 1,500 members. Wow, look at that. What I'd never known we had before today, right? The group I saw set up. Oh, come on, computer, don't play silly blasters with me now. See, I'm clicking here, right? I'm on the arrow, I'm clicking it. Why isn't it working? Yeah, what's going on in the world, yeah? Anyway, if you go to this arrow here, this is really frustrating now because I want to show people that. Why isn't it working? I'll stop that. Come on. Yeah, it's all just stopped. It's all just stopped. This is what happens. Whenever I do a show, things just stop. And if you go to that button there, right, and you click on it, there's a thing there called Files. Click on the Files, and first time I see it was today, and it's just amazing. It's full of, like, books, programs to watch, reference documents, PDFs. I was like, wow. You know, we had it, and different people have contributed. Right back to Kerry Jones put some stuff up, which is really cool. So we don't see much of him anymore, unfortunately, but it's pretty good. So anyway, so I want to bring people's attention to it. I've given up on getting my computer to work, so just look on screen. There's also, I'm going to have one go, BritHiddenHistory.boards. If you are not on Facebook, and I totally understand people not want to be on, it's still not working. Hang on, I'm not sure if I X out of this one. Perhaps this will work now. No, it's not going to work. Where's Britain's Hidden History? Here it is. This is available to everybody, okay? You don't have to be on Facebook. You haven't got to log into YouTube, nothing, all right? We couldn't fit the whole thing. It was too long, so it's BritHiddenHistory.boards.net. Hopefully you can see that, top of the screen. I'm not blocking it off with my face. Boards. Like we're board stock, you know? Only without the, the ra.
We are not Borstar, we are Broadstar.
Oh, that's right, yeah. It's not the same as our name at all. It's boards. So you won't forget it now, will you? Brit Hidden History boards, all right? And you will find here, I should plug this more often because there is stacks of information. Or there are stacks. There are stacks of information. There is a stack. There is a stack of information. So you got researchers. So you can click on any of these. This is like loads of stuff about Alan Hassel, I think. And there you are. You go through here. And then you've got folders and subfolders. There we are. There's all the Alan Hassel folders, for example. I know Peter did an amazing job doing all this. That's just incredible. The amount of information on here. Hey, disable ad blocker. I don't know what's happening there. Go away. Why is that on there? I don't know. Right. Anyway, so then what we'd have, what I wanted to show was the main. And let's go back to home. I haven't used this for a while, actually. I should do. And you got links then. News, books, events, and tours. So if you click on there, for instance, you will find only 3 threads on there, but there's quite a lot of books in that. And then if you want to find videos, say, what shall I watch tonight? What do I know about some related videos? I'll go to the forum, look on here, and there'll be some ideas then for different videos. So we are, Alan Wilson on the Edge with Theo Chalmers. That's a great interview, okay? That's 139 views there, so people do come to this forum. Wow. I should come to it more as well. But then where it gets really interesting is then we've got all the different research areas categorized. So please get involved, use it, add to it. So, Peter Smith, I have to say, has done most of the work on this. There's a fair few put up by me as well. And then you've got like research on info on the comets, Arthur II. Let's click on there. What have we got in there? 4 threads on this one. So we have Money and Baden, Arthur II on rich planets, succession and civil war explained. It's a bold claim by me. When was that? 2019. There we are, Cow Craddock, all this kind of thing. There's loads and loads. And then we got places you can visit. I should put more on there. So we know about Nevin, Caerleon, sites. Actually, it's good for me to remember all this. There's lots of stuff I'm trying to find. This is the place to come. And then we got stuff about saints. And then we got the migration stuff. The Cymru are not Celts. How long ago did I write that? Yeah, it was a year and a bit ago about not being Celts. Star mounds. There's a lot more we could add to this. But anyway, as you can see, there's tons and tons and tons. All about Maddox 5, 4. Oh, no posts on that. We need to put those up. Anyway, so there's tons and tons of stuff. I can see it's getting late there. 9:45, but I just wanted to bring that to people's attention, all right? And it's the files on the Facebook are not quite that big. Yeah, it's time for bed. I'm getting the hurry up symbols now. And I think that's it then. Yeah, brilliant. So there we go. Hope you enjoyed that. And I'm going to try and make it so I can actually see some comments, which doesn't seem possible. So give up on that one. So there will be a broadcast, all being well, on December 27th, the Christmas special. Oh, have the hat back, please. Am I going to wear another hat? There we are, look. So I will. I'll wear another hat. I'll wear another hat again on 27th. It might not be this one. I was incredibly uncomfortable. This hat. They're really itchy and hot and nylon-y and nasty. I need to get a proper.
But they look Christmassy, so thou must wear it.
It does look Christmassy. What do you think? I'm open to suggestions. Maybe some singing. Should I get the guitar out and Arnie play the violin? Yeah, what do you think? If people want some live music, and it won't be, well, you can request stuff, really. Arnie's play anything, but I'll struggle a bit. And then, yeah, all right. No, I do want to mention it. Oh, I forgot what we're going to talk about. Oh, yes. I am going to, none of us want to drink or anything. I don't know what's wrong with us tonight. We're all in a giggly mood. So, going lockdown crazy again, I guess. I don't know. So it's... yeah, there'll be some special Christmas stuff. I am always, please put in the comments if there's areas, discoveries you've made, you want to share and you want to come on. Or I'll try to get Tim on, because Tim's got the white beard. He could do the Father Christmas thing pretty well, I think, couldn't he? Ho, ho, ho. I'm sure Tim doesn't watch these. So I'm going to say this now. So no one tip him off, right? No one tip him off. So if Tim has watched it, if he does watch it all the way to the end, he will know... He's going to come up to me and say, I am not going to be Santa next time, all right? So I'm sure he doesn't watch it, but there we are. You might watch a bit at the beginning. So anyway, we got them. So ho, ho, ho. No, I was thinking of doing maybe... I'm reluctant because I've got some amazing new research notes going all the way back to Origins of the Bible. It's from Wilson and Blackett, right? From Alan Wilson. And those books are coming along, and I do apologise. The new hieroglyphics is off to the printers and the publishers next week. I want to get it done before Christmas, which doesn't give me 4 more days.
Yes, please. Live music.
Live music. Now? No, yeah, we do it properly. Right, okay, Di, yeah, just for you, if you want to suggest any songs, or maybe we'll think of some songs ourselves. Might be dangerous asking for suggestions. I dread to think. Might do George Michael. Anyway, no, I'm not going Last Christmas route. There's I completely lost my thread now. Yeah, this research, Wilson and Blackett, very important, very, very, very important. Goes all the way back to what the Christmas story really signifies. It's so controversial, and it's so dynamite, and it's so going to be in a new book in a few months. I don't want to give too much away, but I also think it's quite mean not to share some of it, especially as it is Christmas. So, I would think just how much. There'll still be enough to blow your socks off, and it'll only be a fraction of the total. All right, so look out for December 27th at 8 o'clock. We'll still do it again, all again next week. And if I don't speak to you before then, I might try to sail on Christmas Day or something. That'd be weird, wouldn't it? Anyway, but otherwise, have a wonderful Christmas. Nadolig Clywed to everyone. Nadolig Clywed pawb. And thank you again, diolch, for watching. My cantig roedd. Os gwelwch yn dda. I've got to do this thing in Welsh in a few weeks. There's someone at the window waving at me. Do you know there's a lockdown on, mate? Can you just, You're not supposed to come around here in lockdowns, all right? He's part of my bubble. He's in my pod, all right? So there we go. Cheers, if you can't see my mug. Anyway, subtle, Ross, to be subtle. Be subtle, Ross. Hang on. I'm just going to put myself full screen. Laugh you, innit? There we go. Yeah, so there we are. Merry Christmas. So I am supposed to learn Welsh in time for the programme, well, the filming or whatever, on there in end of January. So excuse me if I try babbling a bit of basic Welsh. I'm not very good. And as you know, putting a Welsh accent on and doing it, you got to sound right, okay? So that's what I'm going to be trying to do. I will need some time. I'm going to learn Welsh in a few weeks, all right? So that's my challenge. So now I've said it on here, I've got to do it. Okay, so diolch yn fawr everyone. Diolch yn fawr pob. I'm not a Welsh speaker. Welsh going to miss. What have I missed out? Merry Christmas, yeah, Nadolig Llywelyn. Let's go through all the things I didn't do this week. Scaligger, who he is, how chronology works. That's different. It doesn't really fit the theme of tonight's show. Same with ancient British coins, different theme. You can see the theme today. It's looking at migrations. Magog, Gogs, Northerners are Gogs, Gog, Magog, Goglith. Like I said, a very strange looking person. I say good night, okay, no starry. I can't put the music on. I can.
Maybe you can sing.
I'm not singing.
Christmas.
I'm not doing Mariah Carey. We are all sober here. Have you? Whilst I was doing this program, did you guys get the bar open or something? What have I missed? What have I missed? But we're going to bed for the early night. I'm being attacked here now. Oh, yeah, disco. Honestly, don't let it get you down, folks. All right. Most of the best things, most of the fun you have in life are done indoors anyway. Okay, so don't worry. Okay. Try to let it get you down. We'll keep the programs coming more and more and more and more and more. Take your minds off this lockdown again and whatever. What better time than to get some big books and read them? Yeah. So I plugged all the books. I was going to do a tour of the Cadu website and ideas for 2021. Why is everyone giggling? And review this latest Cadu book. I think they're coming round slowly, so that's good news. Oh, Arnie's saying goodbye, yeah. Everyone's in Christmas red colours. We're getting in the mood for Christmas anyway, so, you know, think on the bright sides of life. And when you think about tomorrow's, not eclipse, what do you call it, the solstice, it's 2,000 years since the last one that we've had a change of epoch. Time is a lot longer than any of us, alright? We're just little specks on this long, long line. And I can't do that really cool thing I do. I put my hand up and then turn the... No, I don't know how to do that. I'm going to try though, okay? Is this going to work? No. I should look more like a rocker. I'm going to look more like a rocker. I look nothing like a rocker. I don't know what a rocker is. Hang on, I'm going to find it. The picture's gone. What's going on? No, you're no use, you aren't. They can still hear me, yeah, but they can't see anything. I'm on radio mode. Thank you, Ange. Thank you. Not helpful, is she? I don't know how to do this. I can do this. No, she's not. Just give me a second. No, the backup memory drive's disappeared. I can't do it. Alright, I'm going to have to find the picture. Is everyone watching me trying to find a picture now? I was going to put the show picture thing. That's what I'll do. I'll put my cartoons up. There we are. There we go. It's an old one. My drawing has improved since then, but it's still just a bit of fun, isn't it? There we go. We got something on screen at least. Ooh, we will have. There we go. There's one that's relevant to their Boots migrations. Can you actually see this? Oh, never mind. You're going to see. You just sort of pick this fit. No one. He's gone. Everyone's gone. You're here, but not very helpful. Thanks, Ange. You did put out extremely well there. Good awareness, good self-awareness. So we're on that screen. There you go. One of my little cartoons from the Hieroglyphics book. I don't think I've got much music on this computer, so you might have to have the same song again. Right, we're all going to go to bed now. It's a bit really early for dawn. 10 o'clock. There go. Oh my goodness. Okay, so no star, everyone. Heddwch. Until the next time, the only other track I have on this computer, I'm now going to play while people have chance. It's usually more of a beginning of the show than end, and I'm going to try just catch up with the comments quickly. Happy Aquarius. Yeah, there we go. If they have fudged the time history... Oh, hang on, you'll rewind a bit there. Sorry, the program has finished. I'm just joining in the chat. Yes, Benny, yeah, I need to speak more Welsh with you, Benny. And yes, you can come and help me on this show. Ah, people laughing. Right, I'll unplug in a second. Merry Christmas to you, Angie, and your boys there. Thank you, Kay. Thank you, everyone. Yeah, Fröhliche Weihnachten. Oh, Arnie's trying some German. Wow. Right, everyone. Oh, there's loads of lovely comments. Lots of happy comment things. Best wishes in Massachusetts. I used to live in Massachusetts, William. I'll tell you about that one day. In a place called Milton, just outside Boston. There you go. Harry Lonsdale. Everyone, this is great. There's so many comments. I'm glad everyone's having a good chat and earlier delays didn't put you off. Ardechog. I have to look that one up, Jordan. It sounds cool. Oh, is that Aquarius, perhaps? There is an arrow of time. What we observe is a progression of events that mathematics says when we reach equilibrium, the arrow of time ceases to exist. That is deep, David. David, that is deep, mate. If you could record yourself talking about that for about 4 hours and post it, that'd be great. I remember you said someone from Taiwan would appreciate plenty of rain. It's hot and sunny there. Maybe so. Are you appreciating all this rain, Andrew? I think they get rain in Taiwan, it's just very hot. 38 likes. 33 likes. Yeah, 33 likes would be good. 34. Who spoilt it? Well, 33 likes, not 34. We're on the 34th level, man. We're above all that. Okay, I really am going to turn the microphone off. So, thank you, everyone. I enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm always amazed and impressed and grateful that so many people come every week. Keep spreading the word. Bring them along. It's going to be a Christmas special. Don't let it get you down. Loads more stuff coming out. And live music. No, Andy, alright, we're not going to get political again. Thank you very much. I know there's no lockdown in Taiwan, yes, but we're not going to Taiwan. Right, okay. Yeah. You have snow there, yeah, William, yeah, you used to have snow. We certainly have seasons in Massachusetts. Right, I'm going to go now, so North Star all, and I'll leave the comments open in a few minutes. And thank you once again. It's wonderful. It's been a really big 2021, whether we're inside reading books or outside doing more site visits and exploration. Everyone's just taking the mickey out of me now. My bubble, I got a bubble, a very bubbly. I got a very bubbly bubble. Alright, that's definitely it. North Star, Hedu.